When we first come into the world, someone is always looking out for us. Our parents or guardians care for us, teachers encourage us. Adults praise us when we do well. From a young age, we start believing the world is paying attention, that people are invested in who we are and what we become. Then adulthood hits. You start realizing that most people are busy dealing with their own lives. They're not thinking about your choices, your progress, or whether you're succeeding nearly as much as you imagined. Sometimes it can even feel like people are rooting against you, and in those moments you naturally wonder, does anyone actually care? Your mind will immediately try to protect the story you've believed for years. It'll convince you that everyone is watching, judging and forming opinions about everything you do. But it's time to let go of that illusion. The truth is, most people aren't thinking about you at all. And that's one of the most freeing realizations you'll ever have. So let's talk about 5 powerful actions you can take once you truly accept this. If you stay until the end, you'll discover the one mindset shift that can finally break the pressure society has been placing on you since childhood. The first step is to stop trying to please everyone. Every time you catch yourself wondering what someone else might think, interrupt that pattern immediately. Create a simple ritual that signals to your brain that you're taking back control. Maybe you clap your hands once, tap your wrist, or simply pause for a second and say, it doesn't matter, they're not thinking about me. If you can, write the moment down. Notice when someone else's imagined opinion almost changed your behavior. That awareness is powerful because you're undoing years of conditioning. This isn't a habit you picked up overnight, so don't expect it to disappear overnight either. At first, your mind will fight back. It'll keep feeding you thoughts like, what if they judge me? Or, what if I embarrass myself? The more you challenge those thoughts, the louder they may become. That's completely normal. Your brain is trying to keep you inside what's familiar. But remember this, just because a thought shows up doesn't mean you have to believe it. Let it pass. Watch it come and go without giving it authority. Then calmly repeat your ritual. Keep it simple. Even make it fun. Eventually, your brain will stop resisting because you'll have taught it something new. You're the one making the decisions now, not your fears, and certainly not other people's opinions. The second step is to make yourself your highest priority. Human beings naturally want to contribute to something bigger than themselves. Society reinforces that by encouraging us to constantly give to family, friends, co-workers, and everyone who depends on us. There's nothing wrong with caring about other people. The problem begins when you consistently put yourself at the bottom of the list. The truth is, you can't consistently show up for others if you're neglecting yourself. You are the one person responsible for your own life. No one else can build your health, your confidence, your career, or your future for you. So, invest in yourself first. Become stronger, smarter, healthier, more capable. Ironically, that's what allows you to make the biggest difference in the lives of the people you care about. One mental trick that can help is imagining you're responsible for someone else who happens to be you. Think about how naturally you'd encourage a close friend to eat well, get enough sleep, learn new skills, or pursue meaningful goals. Now direct that same level of care toward yourself. Many of us were taught that putting ourselves first is selfish. It isn't. Sometimes the easiest way to overcome that belief is to step outside yourself for a moment. Imagine looking at your own life from above, like you're watching someone you genuinely want to see succeed. Then ask yourself a different question. Instead of wondering whether other people are proud of you, ask whether you're proud of yourself. Picture your future self looking back at the choices you're making today. Would that future version thank you for the effort you're putting in? Would they admire your courage, your discipline, and the way you're intentionally building your life? The more you connect with that version of yourself, the less power outside approval will have over you. The third step is to take more chances and start living outside the box. For so long, you've been making decisions based on what you thought other people expected from you. Those invisible expectations became walls. They quietly shaped your choices and kept you traveling down a path that may never have truly belonged to you. It's time to take the wheel. The things that feel risky right now often feel that way because you've been trained to seek permission before making big decisions. As you start choosing the life you actually want, those choices may feel uncomfortable. That's okay. Almost everything meaningful requires some level of uncertainty. That doesn't mean you act recklessly. It means you do your homework, weigh the risks carefully, and make thoughtful decisions that align with your own goals instead of someone else's expectations. You've spent enough time living inside boundaries you never chose. Now it's time to explore what life looks like on your own terms. Build a future designed around the person whose opinion matters most, yours. The fourth step is to build genuine relationships. Now that you understand the truth, once you accept that most people aren't paying nearly as much attention to you as you imagined, something unexpected happens. Your relationships actually become more genuine. When you stop expecting constant validation or worrying about constant judgment, you begin connecting with people from a much healthier place. The pressure disappears. You're no longer performing to earn approval. You can simply be yourself. That creates stronger, more honest relationships built on mutual respect instead of insecurity. Be intentional about who you allow into your life. Spend your time with people who encourage your growth, challenge you to become better, and support the future you're trying to build. Not every relationship deserves the same amount of your energy, and that's okay. Life is too short to invest deeply in connections that consistently drain you instead of helping you grow. The healthiest relationships are often built between people who have both realized the same truth. Everyone is busy living their own life. When neither person is obsessing over appearances or seeking constant approval, there's room for something much more meaningful: trust, honesty, and shared purpose. You can let go of unrealistic expectations and focus on what actually matters. The fifth and final step is to pass this lesson on. At some point, you'll have the opportunity to influence other people's lives. Maybe it's your children, your parents, your brothers or sisters, your co-workers, your employees, your closest friends. Many of them are still carrying the same belief you once did, that everyone is watching, judging, and evaluating every move they make. But now you know better. You know that realizing most people are focused on themselves isn't depressing. It's incredibly liberating. When the moment feels right, share that perspective. Instead of reinforcing the endless pressure to impress everyone else, encourage people to build a life they're genuinely proud of. Raise children who think independently instead of constantly seeking approval. Help create workplaces where people care more about meaningful work than office politics or appearances. Be the kind of person who reminds others that the opinions they fear most often exist only in their own minds. That's how this mindset spreads, one person at a time. And that's how more people begin living with confidence, freedom, and purpose instead of fear. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure to like it, subscribe, and join us for more ideas that help you think differently, grow with intention, and build a life that's truly your own. And if you're ready for another mindset shift that can completely change the way you approach life, check out the next video.